In this video, I want to introduce you to an IntelliJ plugin for Service Virtualization. The key challenge for the customers is that they need to leverage Service Virtualization in their environment where the developers are using IntelliJ IDE. However, the developers who are not using or not having access to Service Virtualization are facing difficulties to carry out their unit tests that have virtual service as a dependency. In order to solve the problem, we have created a plugin called VSE Manager, which is an IntelliJ plugin that allows developers to create, update, and deploy the virtual services within their IDE. After watching this video, you will be able to configure the IntelliJ plugin, create a virtual service from request-response pairs and from Swagger specification, create an HTTPS-based virtual service, update virtual service properties, and use actions available in the VSE Manager view. Let's take a look at the demonstration of the IntelliJ plugin. To configure the IntelliJ plugin, we need to provide the registry web server connection details for the VSE Manager. We can connect to HTTPS-enabled registry web server. So, to be connected through HTTPS, provide the key store details in the registry SSL section and click Test Settings. The message shows that the registry connection has been successful. If you want to create HTTPS-based virtual services in the future, go to the Virtual Service SSL section and manually provide the key store details for the virtual service where the VSE is running. Optionally, in the View Settings section, you can check the box Update the current status of all virtual services periodically, and in the Logging Settings section, you can check Logging Request and Response to Console for analytics purposes. When done, click OK. Now let's take a look at the VSE Manager. Here is a list of all existing services that are currently running on the VSE. You can create a new virtual service using a request-response pair or a Swagger specification file. First, let's create a new virtual service using a request-response pair. Here you can see the request and response pairs. Right-click the folder that contains your request-response pair and select Create Virtual Service. In the pop-up window, click Load VSEs to load all your existing virtual services. Enter the name for the new virtual service, provide a port number of your choice and click OK. While the virtual service is being created, you can see the progress bar at the bottom of the page. Once done, your new virtual service appears on the list of your existing services that are running on the VSE. Add the proper endpoint to receive a correct response pair and click Send. You can see it was successful. Let's take a look at how you can update a virtual service. You can update your virtual service by providing another request-response pair. Drag and drop the new pair onto the existing virtual service and it will be updated. You can click the request from the pair to access it. Then click Send to get a response. You can see that this endpoint is also active and the virtual service got deployed. Now let's create a new virtual service using a Swagger specification file. Again, you can drag and drop the Swagger file onto an existing virtual service or in the virtual service environment. In the pop-up window, click Load VSEs to specify the target VSE. Type in the new service name and a port number. And to create an HTTPS-based virtual service, just check the SSL checkbox. Then click OK. The service was created successfully, and it is deployed under the VSE. Now let's go and access one of the endpoints. Make sure that the HTTPS is enabled. Send the request and get a response to test if it works. Let's look at the actions that are available in the VSE Manager view. Here on the left side are the operations that you can perform. You can refresh all virtual services. You can also deploy or undeploy services and start and stop services that are already deployed. If you want to update properties of any of the virtual service, right-click the service and select Properties. In the Properties tab, make the changes that you want, for example, changes to ThinkScale, and click Update. In the Console tab, you can track any request or response. To summarize, IntelliJ Plugin is easy for developers to manage the virtual services directly in their IDE. You've seen how to configure the plugin by providing the registry web server URL, key store file, and other settings. You've also seen how to create a virtual service from a request-response pair and from a Swagger specification. In addition, you can use the SSL checkbox to create an HTTPS-based virtual service and specify a port of your choice on the fly before deploying a virtual service. The Properties tab is available to view or update properties such as ThinkScale or capacity of the virtual service. Other actions in VSE Manager such as refresh, start, stop, or undeploy are available. This concludes the demonstration of IntelliJ Plugin. In order to leverage the full potential of the IntelliJ Plugin, download it from bin tray by using one of these two links. Thank you for watching. We hope that you found this demonstration useful, and we'll see you in other installments of the Service Virtualization video series.